know, the food industry is absolutely culpable. Now, there's the body of wisdom that would say, you know, we're all responsible for our own individual choices, and I understand that, and I'm a proponent of that also. Now, with that being said, the barrage and influence of the food industry on its direct impact on the obesity of the citizenry, if it ain't criminal, is ugly.
And I agree with you. I think it's a little more complicated with food than tobacco. Okay, tobacco is addictive, and it's hard to argue that it's good for you to smoke. Right. Eating is more difficult. You need to eat to live, and the question is then, what are you going to eat? Right. And so the content of the food has changed, added sugar, fat, salt. Food scientists sit and figure out what are the combinations of sugar, fat, and salt that are going to make you eat more and more. That is true, which is why one of the things I tell people is if you want to lose weight and maintain weight loss, you have to shop with a list in a grocery store and buy food that you cook. And I know that's hard with all the pressures and time pressures that we have, but if you buy prepared food, either in a restaurant or in the middle of the grocery store, the stuff that sits on the shelves forever, you know, that stuff tends to be prepared in a way to make you want it. And they consciously do that. But there's another part. So that's the food side of things, right? They push that. And yes, there's the idea that I don't have to buy this stuff or you don't have to buy this stuff. And I do think there's some people that get addicted, you know, to certain foods. That is true. But, I mean, there are other parts of this. And another part of the equation, you were talking about being an athlete, is physical activity. Okay. We don't have as much physical activity as we used to. And one of the reasons I point that out is Coca-Cola sponsored a study because they want to say, hey, it's not all us. And they sponsored a study that just looked at measuring how much physical work the average person did today versus, say, 1960. Okay, we do much less work, and they say the amount of physical work that we do, there's so much less today that it can account for a lot of the weight gain. So it's both of those that account for that. Think about, when was the last time you pushed a hand lawnmower? Right. Okay? Right. That's some work. Right. Push a vacuum cleaner around the house. Right. Okay? Most of us don't, you know, now we got automatic vacuum cleaners, right? They got a little thing that goes around. All of the things that we do have been automated in a way. A lot of us have desk jobs, we sit. So the food is obviously an issue. and I just say, the thing is, you have to be reliant on yourself to read labels, because I don't care what the label will say that this is whole wheat Cheerios. Yes. Yeah, they put some whole wheat in there. Or it'll say gluten-free that. Big and blazing on the box. Right. Look on the side. What's the first ingredient? Sugar. Second ingredient, sugar. You see sugar. Fructose. Fructose, sugar. Right. Now, if you go in Whole Foods, they make it sound fancy, evaporated cane syrup. You know what evaporated cane syrup is? Sugar. Okay, so they make it sound fancy there. If that's in the 5 first ingredients, you have something that is probably not good for you to be eating on a regular basis. But they make it look pretty on the box. I don't know. I mean, with the tobacco lawsuits, I think it's very straightforward. I think it's going to be hard. I don't have any relationships with any of those companies. I think it's going to be hard to have those lawsuits.